This week on Distant Shores, we take you to the Solent in the United Kingdom, where we try out our new ePropulsion electric outboard motor, learn how EPIRBs work, and how they help enable a rescue if you have to abandon ship, navigate the River Hamble, then do a night sail west along the south coast of Falmouth. We're Sheryl and Paul Sheryl, hosts of the Distant Shores Sailing Adventure TV series. We've been sailing and living aboard for 35 years, documenting the sailing lifestyle. Join us as we begin the next chapter of global voyaging on our new Enksail Orion 49.
The River Hamble, situated in southern England, is internationally famous as a sailing base and has been a yacht and boat-building centre for centuries. A home to 3,200 vessels afloat, it is an internationally recognised centre for sailing and motorboating, as well as a popular destination and launching point. Way back in the 1400s, the Hamble was used by King Henry V's ships, as Southampton was the main centre for the royal fleet. Today, as we motor up the river, we're amazed at the sheer number of yachts moored up. We're making for the Swanwick Marina, just before the first bridge, the furthest sailboats can go with the mast up. We've come here to pick up the new outboard motor we will be testing out, the ePropulsion Spirit, our first electric outboard. I'm super excited. This is the first electric outboard we've ever owned. So I've seen them around and they looked great, but I don't have any experience with them at all. So can you just tell me what it is we've got? I'm here with Steve from ePropulsion.
Hi.
And we're super excited to try this electric outboard for the first time. So.
And what a perfect day we've got for trying it out here as well, on the sunny Costa del Solent. So yes.
So this is like our gas tank, and how far could we go on this little guy, do you think?
Exactly that. So on a small tender like this, typically we would expect you to use something like 300-400 watts of input power to get a sort of a cruising speed of sort of 3-4 knots, that sort of thing. Yeah. You've got just over 1,200 watts in that battery, okay. So essentially you've got
3 or 4 hours,
or 10 or 12 miles in reality. And it shows you all that on the tiller, as we'll see when we get it set up and get to have a play.
It's lighter than I thought, and it's nice that it turns it into two pieces instead of the entire weight of the outboard.
Exactly.
That normal gasoline engine, you can't take them apart, so you're hefting a great big engine on the boat.
Exactly that, and if you were to compare this to a sort of a combustion alternative, that might weigh 25 kilos, whereas by the time you've taken the battery off the motor bit, the heaviest thing you need to pick up is only 10.5 kilos, so you're half
that's
that.
Great. So we'll do that in a second, I guess, and put it on the dinghy there.
It is that simple to do it yourself, is the point. Yeah? So then drop that onto the brackets. You just drop it on and let it go, that's it. Perfect.
And I'll turn
Spin it around, plug the cable in.
First time, and I did it without dropping the thing in the harbour.
There you go. But if you look at your screen, you can always see how much power is actually going in there. And then that's how you'll quickly learn, because people typically go straight to full throttle, but then you realise that if you go much less, you're not actually losing much boat speed.
This is perfect for maneuvering in here.
Yeah.
No one's going to hear me coming, that's for sure.
Yeah.
This is fantastic. The only noise I hear is the wake.
Wow, well today is a day of firsts. First time with our new high-field dinghy, and the first time with an electric outboard, the ePropulsion.
Isn't that something? You can just speak over it and you don't have to worry about it.
Oh my gosh, it's so quiet. Some of the outboards we've had have been so loud. But today is a Saturday, it's glorious sunshine, a lot of people coming down to their boats. And we're going for a dinghy expedition.
I can't get over how quiet this is. It just changes the way you have a dinghy, really. You can use the dinghy for really pleasurable excursions without the noise of an outboard going all the time. All we can hear is the chuckling of the wake. It is just revolutionary, and that's on top of the fact that now it's so easy to start. You don't have the anxiety of pulling the pull cord and getting the cord wrenched out of your hand. The face of it is we've just done our first test sail with an electric outboard. I have to give it a full 2 thumbs up. Fantastic.
Hello there, my name is David Godfrey. I'm the service manager for Ocean Safety Ltd based in Southampton.
David has come to offer advice on our new EPIRB.
An EPIRB, or Emergency Position Indicating Radio Beacon, is a device that helps search and rescue teams locate people in distress at sea. When activated, an EPIRB transmits an SOS signal that's detected by satellites in orbit around the Earth. The satellites then send the signal back to ground-based search and rescue authorities, who use the information to help with the search. And the very latest EPIRBs also transmit an AIS signal, so local ships will also receive the distress signal on their AIS receivers to aid in locating the EPIRB.
This will be fixed to the side of to a convenient place, and you can access it, no problem at all, for checking, etc. So it's in the lock position at the moment. You unlock it and you pull off the housing, which exposes.
So that's the EPIRB that we recognize.
Yeah, so that's the EPIRB itself in its situation. Now, you can play with this, you can operate it, you can take it with you. So the easiest way to do it, if you wanted to grab that and take it with you when there is a danger, you just literally pull it out the bracket.
Okay, because when I first saw it with the cover on, I was thinking, oh, how could he get at it?
Yeah. So, and this is the hydrostatic release, which if you can't get to the EPIRB, it will put it into its float-free operation.
Since we invite guest crew aboard on various legs of our voyages, including offshore passages, Distant Shores 4 requires a self-releasing EPIRB and 2 Solus A life rafts with hydrostatic release units, which release these life-saving devices in the event that the crew cannot manually deploy them before the water pressure reaches a depth of 1.5 to 4 meters.
This is a dated item, and every 2 years it needs to be replaced. So that's the bracket, which will be sat so. The EPIRB, this antenna is always there. It's already this is already programmed to Distant Shores, and what you need to do is just do it in its test mode. There's a test button on the side there.
Yes.
And all you do is you press it. You get a flashing red light, and then you get your blue.
Right.
So basically, what that's telling you now is that the signal has gone GPS, it's come back down to say it's been recognized, and you have a blue flash where the RLS, return link surface, is operational. So you've got everything is ready to go, God forbid, in danger.
Yes.
Now, there's another thing which not a lot of people do,
Okay.
which is quite disappointing sometimes, is you need to register your EPIRB.
And that's something you have to do on your own.
It's something that you have to do yourself, because they will be asking you all kinds of personal questions and emergency contact details, which the supplier or the manufacturer do not know.
Right. So when you buy an EPIRB, your supplier or manufacturer will program in your MMSI and your hull identification number and so on before you purchase it, or
Correct.
when you purchase it.
When you purchase it, sometimes you may not be, for this instance, this is a UK flagged vessel. You may be a France, you might be a Spanish, you might be an American flag, which they can all be programmed to the protocol for that country. Once that's programmed, then you register. You will get a new EPIRB programming form, which is this device here, similar, and then you register it with the authorities in the country where the vessel is registered.
Right. So we shouldn't make the mistake that the EPIRB is programmed by the manufacturer or the supplier, sorry, but to register it is another step that you, the owner, have to do yourself.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
We've been in the Hamble River in the heart of the Solent. There are over 24,000 moorings in the Solent, and it is usually quite busy out on the water, especially in the summer season. But now it's October, and we're lucky to get a view of Jolly Breeze, one of the classic pilot cutters the UK is famous for. From here it's 15 miles to the Solent's western entrance, called the Needles Channel, with its jagged, iconic rocks. Then it's 140 miles, just over 24 hours, on to Falmouth, at the far southwestern corner of the United Kingdom. Here we will jump off for the crossing of the Biscay and our journey south.
Falmouth is a seafarer's town, home of the National Maritime Museum Cornwall, and a pleasant base to prepare for our upcoming voyage south to France and across the Bay of Biscay to Spain. Later, we'll be sailing to Portugal, the Canary Islands, and Cabo Verde, from where we'll make a transatlantic crossing to the Caribbean for a winter of island hopping in the tropics. Would you like to join us? Whether you're looking for an escape from winter in the sunny south, a memorable gift for someone special, or a chance to build your sailing skills with us to guide you, be sure to check out our Sail Away Week schedule on the Distant Shores website or in the description below. We look forward to welcoming you aboard.
And if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, we invite you to do so now so you don't miss a single episode of Distant Shores. See you next time.